Hello. Hi, guys. This was so random. I don't even know why. I just got on here. I'll see how many people hop on. See if I can share it on my Instagram. Hello. Hi, hi. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna share this on my Instagram. So my Instagram friends can come join us. Hi, everybody. Say hi in the chat box. Let me know who's here, where you from, what are you up to on this beautiful Saturday. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make a boomerang. I wanted to tell you guys all about my week and this huge shipment that I got this week. Hi guys. Sorry, I'm trying to let everybody on Instagram know that I'm live over here. I go live on my Instagram all the time. I never go live over here. And I wanted to hop in and check in on you guys, see how everything is going, see how your day is, your month, your year, all of those good, fantastic things. Um, so right now I'm at my office, which is a hot mess, as you can see behind me. It looked 10 times worse before I got on here. My husband just left. He took a bunch of boxes with him because we're moving. And thankfully, I got a huge shipment this week. So I had a bunch of empty boxes that we can use. Um, Gratefully. So there was a ton of stuff behind me. There's still a ton of stuff behind me, but it was like mountains of boxes. So this week I got my biggest shipment ever. It was 53 boxes from one vendor. And it was so many boxes, and so the boxes were so big that it took up an entire UPS truck. That is the first time that this has ever happened to me. I've never had a shipment so large or had a shipment that took up the entirety of a UPS truck. What is on my head, y'all? So it was 53 boxes, and I spent a little bit over $13,000 on that merchandise. So if I turn my, I'll try to turn it without breaking something. Hold on, y'all. So on the other side of my office, there's all the inventory, and those right here, those are some of the boxes that came, and there's more of them up against the wall over there. So I got all these huge boxes, and I've just been sorting through it, counting everything, making sure that the numbers are accurate, making sure I got what I actually ordered. But I don't have enough space to house all the stuff, or not enough shelf space to house it all. Um, so I had to put some of the stuff back into the boxes until I have the shelf space. I just released new arrivals today. I just released new arrivals today. Um, and it was some of the stuff that I got this week, because this is the first time I've had this much inventory in stock at one time, and it's making me very anxious. I feel like I'm supposed to be moving it fast, but I also know that, or I also have the mentality of wanting there to be inventory in stock at all times. So one of the things I talk about a lot is finding a balance of how much inventory to order in the first place, and then like removing that mindset of everything's supposed to sell out. Like everything's just, I'm supposed to sell out of it fast. Everything's supposed to sell out. That has been one of the ongoing challenges for me as a boutique owner, getting out of that space of ordering just enough, or ordering enough that I think I can handle. I've learned to order more than I think I can handle. Order more than I did last time. Um, just continuously try to outdo myself. I've learned to continuously try to stay in competition with me rather than looking to the left or to the right to see what's happening in everybody else's world and in everybody else's business. So like I said, I spent over a little bit over $13,000 on this inventory. I think the inventory came on Wednesday. Yeah, inventory came on Wednesday. On Thursday, I had a video shoot, and on Friday, I had a photo shoot. And then this morning or this afternoon, I released some new arrivals, which was some of that stuff. So typically, I plan everything out well in advance. Typically, I wouldn't do all of those things back to back. Like, for example, I've pretty much started planning like my first little bit of fall-ish collection. So like all of this in Planoly. If you guys don't use Planoly, you should definitely check it out. These are all like styles and outfits that be releasing like further into the season, like as we get closer to fall. So as you can see, I already have this planned out. Typically, I would not have bought a bunch of inventory. Sorry. Typically, I wouldn't have bought a bunch of inventory and then tried to release it, immediately after getting it, because it causes me to be very anxious. It causes me to be very unorganized, and there's just a lot of things happening at one time. So when I give myself enough time to plan it out, I don't feel as rushed, and I often get a much better result than I probably will get now this weekend. But that's not to say that, things aren't going well or that things won't go well. I just know that I have way more inventory in stock right now than I typically would. And therefore, that means that I need to be doing something that I typically wouldn't do. I have to find a new rhythm for the amount of inventory that is going on or happening in my business currently. So let me move this thing. Hold on, guys. Let me pop this guy out. Pop the chat out. Hey, y'all. The chat was missing in action. I had to pop it out on the side. Hey guys, how are you? Learned so much from you. Oh, thank you. Let me go buy some more stuff. Everything is always sold out. Oh my gosh, go buy something. There's so much stuff right now. I have so much that I haven't even added yet. It's so crazy. Hi, Susie. Hey, Angela, Crystal, Melody, Brood Hair Care. Hey, from Georgia. Hey, Texas, Los Angeles. Wonderful. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Melissa. Hey, hi guys. So I just wanted to hop on here, and I was telling the few people who were on here when I first got on that everything has been pure chaos up in this place. Um, if you guys can't see behind me, there's a mess. And this is clean in comparison to what it looked like just 30 minutes ago. It was pretty darn insane. Um, but yeah, I was showing them like all the inventory I have off to the side over here. Oh my gosh, Kenya, Germany, hi. Hello, how are you guys? What time is it there? I'm glad I finally get you YouTube Live, learning so much. You inspire me. Oh, thank you, Susie. Hey, Sasha. First time catching you on YouTube Live in real time. Hey, I don't get on YouTube Live very often. If, in all honesty, I forget that I can go live on YouTube. I go live on my Instagram all the time. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you should definitely follow me on Instagram because I am very active over there. Hey, Karen. Hello. Hi. So yeah, I was just telling the people how crazy business has been, how it's growing, and just navigating the waters of growth. I think there's a lot of people who share a lot of things about this industry, where to get the clothes, um, taking your pictures, creating content. But nobody be talking about the crazy stuff, the growth, the stress, the anxiety that comes along with it. Um, I was feeling like I was missing you on live. I'm having an interesting month, motivation low. Oh, I feel that. I have my fair share of very low motivational moments for sure. You be killing your IG. Thank you. I love all the information you share. Thank you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. So yeah, I just it's really important to me, as y'all know, I like to share all the good details and all the insider things that nobody else shares, but I also want y'all to know everything don't be peachy keen all the time. A lot of people assume, well, you made X amount of dollars last month, things must be going well, business must be good, blah 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 blah. But sometimes it's just hard, and from the outside looking in, you can misinterpret what is actually happening. So to give you an example of that, um, a very important part of business is learning like what works for you and what does not, and what gets you results and what does not get you results. So last year, I learned very quickly that email marketing worked extremely well for me. So I started to, double down on emails, send more emails, and things of that nature. And then some at some point last year, ads started working really well for me. So I let up a little bit on the emails and started relying more heavily on the ads. Well, if you don't know, and if you don't run ads, Apple released or did like an update for their system. So now any person who has an iPhone can say, I don't want to receive ads. I don't want any business to be able to track my activity and show me ads based on my interest. And so, as a human being, that sounds nice. Like, I don't want anybody tracking me. But as a business owner, I'm like, dang, I need to track y'all. I need to know what you like, and I need to be able to get my content in front of you. So, when Apple and Facebook made that change, or it wasn't Facebook, let me say Apple. When Apple made that change, that affected how ads work now. So now, where let's say you had an audience size of 100,000 people, and let's say half of them decided they don't want to be tracked anymore, now your audience size has decreased. It's half of the size that it used to be. So ads aren't running like they used to. So now I find myself having to flop in the opposite direction and say, okay, well, now we got to go back to maximizing email marketing and text marketing. And that's not to say that ads aren't working anymore, but it definitely takes more time and effort, more studying to figure out what's right and what's wrong, what you need to fix, what could be made better, all that good stuff. Because right now, a lot of things are very up in the air. So I've just learned in business, you have to constantly be one, paying attention, but two, also um, be ready to pivot at any moment. Be ready to do what is necessary to potentially get the results that you want to see. So I have had to basically create new strategies to um, help my traffic to stay up where, or try to stay as close as possible to what it used to be. How to drive more sales. If you guys don't know, I sell a bajillion pairs of sweatpants every month. It's absolutely insane. And yes, it is the summertime. Yes, it is hot outside. Yes, but these people still want sweatpants, and therefore I keep buying them. But a lot of my sales come from ads. So now I have an abundance of inventory, but I have to figure out how to sell it because the ads are not working like they used to. It's a bit much. So yeah. Grateful to catch another. Hi. Girl, I watched almost all your videos and had to put my shop on pause and regroup because, girl, I needed you before I launched. Oh my gosh, I hear that so often. Literally, I'll have like older women tell me, like, oh my God, where were you 15 years ago? Literally, the other day, some lady said, where were you 29 years ago when I launched my business? And I said, I was two. I was two. I wasn't even thinking about no business, ma'am. It's hard in this industry. They have no clue on what we go through on the back end of being an owner of a boutique or clothing brand. Absolutely. So funny. I was going over my notes from the accelerator program, trying to put everything in place that I've learned. My brain is fried. I can only imagine. I'm noticing a pattern in my business, which I'm not sure if it's good or bad. Much of my old inventory doesn't really move until I release new collection. So then the new stuff is sitting. Yes, I had to pause my online store also to regroup. So that's what that allow tracking is for. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Yes. So if you say I don't want to be tracked, you're saying I don't want any of these businesses to be able to track my activity and therefore show me ads based on, what I'm potentially interested in. While the old stuff is flying off the shelves. That's interesting. So you drop new stuff and people go looking for the old stuff. Interesting. Hmm. This is confirmation for me. I was feeling like something was up with my ads. Oh yeah. Ads are strange right now. Strange, strange. Um, wow, I'm at the beach and can't watch this, but hey, hey Kevin. It's the gems you dropped for me. I appreciate your tips so much. Oh, you're welcome. You are very welcome. What is a good profit margin? So I'm not going to tell you that there's such thing, only because you have to determine what your profit margins need to look like for yourself. So, for example, when I first started my business, I was running it from my house. I didn't have employees. My overhead wasn't as high as it is now. I didn't have much. My nails are dirty. Don't pay attention to that. I didn't have as much to worry about then as I do now. And so once I realized, like, oh, wow, my pricing affects not only my ability to make money, obviously, and make the money that I want to make, but I also have to take into account my expenses. So I have rent for this office now. I have my husband and sister who are employees of my business. I have to make sure I make enough money to pay them. Bags and I'm not bags, poly millers and shipping and any issue that might arise at any moment. Like there's so many things you have to consider. So my profit margin, depending on the item and the quality of the item, is somewhere between 58 and 70 something percent. Sometimes it's higher than that, just depending on what it is. But I have to take into consideration how much money I want to be able to put back into my business, or what percentage of my revenue I want to put back into my business. Um, how much I have to pay for rent, employees, and any other expenses that I have. So you have to determine what seems appropriate for your own your vision, basically. I totally agree. Growth is crazy. My customers mostly come from YouTube and the video tutorials I post. And then I started chopping up those videos to make reels, and then it's up too. That's awesome. I definitely need to use YouTube more for business. I have a YouTube channel for my business, but I don't actually use it. So I definitely need to use it. I feel like it could probably help for sure. Oops, scrolling too fast. It's cool that we are around the same age. Oh yeah, I'll be 32 in January. But for real, you're needed out here. Wish I had come across your page before I started, but still grateful. Right now, I need some guidance to get my business moving. What's going on with your business? Um, I came across your videos 3 weeks ago, and I actually fried my my brain with your videos. I saw where I went wrong with my fitness line. I dropped too many new stuff all at once. Just dropped my boutique 2 weeks ago, and still no sales with tons of traffic. Just trying to stay positive. So many. Oh my gosh. I wish I could. I wish, first of all, some of y'all not asking questions. So I can't really answer these things because they're not questions. But what I will say is, when you're at the beginning of your business, the most important thing that I can tell any of you to do is just to pay attention to what is happening in the course of you trying to get something to happen. So sometimes we get very hung up on what's not happening. The sales aren't coming, the traffic isn't there, or the engagement is down, the followers aren't coming, blah, 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 blah. But there are other things that are happening. So not only are you taking action, but within your actions, there are specific things that you're doing. So you're not just like posting on social media, you're posting on social media at specific times. You're writing captions that sound a certain way. Your content looks a certain way. Your captions are written some way. You're using specific hashtags and things like that. So you want to make very detailed or take very detailed notes of everything you're doing and the results that you get from it, regardless of if you're happy with the results or not. You want to take note of it, because ultimately you'll be able to use that information to actually get results down the line. You want to figure out what actually gets, what gets better results than the next thing, so that you know what to continue to do versus what to not do anymore. And then also, there's this thing called the buyer's journey, which I would highly recommend looking up. Just Google the buyer's journey and read as much as you can about it. If you find some videos on YouTube about it, watch the videos. But basically, what the buyer's journey is it basically says that every single customer or potential customer that comes into awareness of your brand, they go through a journey. So most people visit your website once and they don't buy anything. That's just the nature of business and life. Like, I go to so many websites on a daily basis and I don't buy nothing. Sometimes I don't buy a thing. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of times that I have added things to my cart and then didn't finish the checkout. So with that being, with me knowing that about me, I'm like, oh, obviously other people are going to do that too. Like, it's definitely going to be, something that occurs. So it's not the smartest thing to dwell on that. Instead, you want to think about what you can do to get those people to come back and finish the transaction. So the buyer's journey basically summarizes like all of the different actions and feelings and things like that that people take along the journey towards making a purchase. So they come into awareness of your brand, they first learn about it, and then they start to consider your brand. So now they're trying to figure out, like, why do I want to give this person my money? I don't even know who this person is. Is this a brand worth spending money with? They're considering it. They're weighing their options, and eventually they get to the point where they make a decision. So within the course of their journey, you also have to be taking action based on the actions that they have and have not taken to get them ultimately to the point of purchase. So that's one of those things that a lot of people don't know or understand when they first launch their business, because we're so tied up in the business. We just spent all this money, took all these pictures. We think everything is cute, everything is great. And we're just confused. Like, why y'all don't think it's as great as I do? Why don't you think that it's as wonderful as I think it is? This beautiful thing called the buyer's journey. It's a monster, but when you wrap your brain around it, it makes so much more sense to why things happen and why things don't. Do you think it's more beneficial to go live and interact with your audience than to do ads immediately after launching products? Yeah, definitely. Especially right now. Ads are getting results from ads, depending on your level of knowledge as it pertains to ads, can be a total long shot right now. So I would not, and I don't generally just go run ads just because I know that I can run them, because ultimately I'm spending money and I don't want to spend any unnecessary money. So if I know that, for example, my audience might want to just see this merchandise. Let's think about the buyer's journey, how I was just talking about that. Like, if I know that I gained 50 new followers this week, but I didn't get 50 sales. I know that for a fact. Um, I can reasonably come to the conclusion that these people probably need to know more about my business. So instead of me going to run an ad, I could go live. I could send all these people a DM and just introduce myself, tell them a little bit more about the brand, things of that nature. Basically, I could tell them more about the brand. I can show them more, give them more detail about my business ultimately, rather than me running an ad trying to get a sale from some complete strangers who haven't even, learned about my business just yet. So yeah, I would go live if you've been considering going live. Jance, you actually inspect every clothing and wholesales actually refund? I do not. So a lot of my inventory comes from like three primary vendors. And they're vendors that I've shot with for years now. Even before I had a boutique, I shot with them for my previous job. So I'm very familiar with the quality of their merchandise, and therefore I don't question it too much. And I'll be honest and say there are issues here and there, but never anything that I can't fix, never something that I can't make better for the customer. It's usually like, for example, someone will put their hand in their pocket and there's a small hole or something along those lines. Never anything that's super duper major. So no, I don't inspect everything, but I do think it's important to inspect it. I just don't have the time to do it, especially with the amount of inventory that I receive. So as I continue to grow my business, I definitely want to grow my team so that I can have someone who is capable of doing things like merchandise inspections. Um, hey, Manushka. How do you feel about working with digital marketing agencies? My ads are hit and miss. Not sure if I should be increasing the budget. So I've never worked with a digital marketing agency, but I've thought about it for sure. I think for me, I just want to make sure that I'm clear about what I want my content to look like, that I am, as clear as possible about my messaging and things like that, and also clear about exactly how much money I am willing to spend on ads before I hand it off to someone else. I think handing parts of your business off to someone who is an expert at that specific thing is very, very smart. The hard part is finding the right person to hand it off to. So if I can find the right person and it didn't cost me a ton, and I also was clear about those other things that I just mentioned, then I would 100% hand it over. I am a huge advocate for allowing people to work in their zone of genius. So, like, for example, a lot of you guys know that I've had an ads course that I sold for so long. I no longer sell that ads course because my level of knowledge as it pertains to ads is everything prior to the iOS update. Now that this iOS update has occurred, I can't tell you nothing. I can't give you any tips or advice as to how to make this better because I am not an expert in Facebook ads after iOS. I can tell you what to do with ads prior to the iOS update, but anything else, I don't got it. So let these people work in their zone of genius. If you find the right person, I definitely would say hand it over to them for sure. Um, Jance, are you on TikTok? That may help bring traffic to your site while you figure out the ads. It's another whole world over there and very supportive. I am on TikTok. I definitely don't use it as often as I should. I've had like 2 videos that perform really well and I got some decent sales from it. So you would think I would go back to it. Maybe I'll do that today. But yeah, my husband actually uses TikTok very heavily. He's gone viral. He has gone viral. He has video that I think he has a couple of videos. No, I think he has one video that has like over 1 million views. He has like 100,000 followers or something like that. I don't know. It's crazy. So I definitely think I should utilize it more. I just don't. I need to. I need to find the time to do it. How does oh, my ads course is no longer available. How does you and your husband make time for each other? How do you balance career and family? So my husband and me are together literally every day because he comes to work. He works really early, like he likes to work really early in the morning. So like I'll stay in bed till like 9, 10, sometimes 11. He gets up really early. He'll get here at like 7 something. and start working, and then I get here later. Sometimes I work from home. I just, take my computer, my laptop home and work from home, and he'll be here. So there's like separation, and it feels like actual work rather than just us being together 24/7. But we try to make time for like date nights and things like that. Like we had a whole staycation at this the Four Seasons here in St. Louis a couple weeks ago. We do like couples massages. We go get a pedicure together often. So we just make sure that we make time for like actual us time, even though we're technically together literally basically all day, every day. Um, What suggestions do you have to win back customers or new customers who signed up for your VIP but don't buy anything? So, with win back people, customers. So when she says win back, basically it's people who have shopped in the past and haven't come back to shop. You're trying to win them back. So when trying to win people back, the most important thing that you have to think about is one, what they bought in the first place, and two, do you have anything else that they would like? So if I don't have anything similar to what they bought before, if I'm not offering them anything, that's a benefit, then it's not likely that they're going to come back. That's just the nature of the game. But also, I think it also depends on the level of relationship you've built with them. So, for example, when I let me see. Oh no, that's gonna mess something up. I don't think that's gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. Well, anyway, so I use Clavio for email marketing, and you can do this in any email marketing platform. But I have a thank you sequence that goes out to my customers after they've shopped with me, and that particular email automation gets me the most sales because it's personal, and it basically creates more of a relationship with between me and the customer. So instead of them just receiving the normal thank you for your order has been confirmed type email, they receive more personalized emails after they've shopped with me. So they get more emails that say like, hey, it's Jance from Brazen Boutique. Thought you might like these, or these are my favorites at the store. For you, just for you today only, or this week only, you'll get X% off of your order, things like that. So I try to create more messaging that sounds like it's written with that specific person in mind versus just sending out, generalized emails and things like that. I'm interested to know what types of messages that you've been sending to try to win people back. And as far as the VIP customers, I think that's the hardest one, only because so many people sign up for email lists, but they have no intentions of buying anything anytime soon. They just want to stay in the know of what's going on in your business, or there's something that they liked, but they're just not ready to buy it just yet. They don't want it for the price point that it's currently at. Yes, they know that they get a discount code for signing up or whatever the case may be, but that discount isn't enough for them, things like that. So I think a lot of people just sign up, generally speaking, because they're waiting for something else, or waiting for a steeper discount. They have no intentions of buying anything anytime soon. So I just remember that there's people who are going to buy today and people who are not going to buy for a very, very long time. I keep it in the back, well, not the back, the front of my mind, that there are multiple types of customers out there, and I have to make sure that I'm always doing something that's going to serve all of them rather than only thinking about, one portion or one segment of my audience. Do you find it more beneficial to release a large number of new arrivals at one time, less often, or less items more frequently? I think what works best for me is less items more frequently. Just from, I think, giving them too many options. Basically, for example, like how I mentioned, I add a whole bunch of stuff to my cart and then I don't even finish the transaction. So I feel like when you give them so many options at one time, they like everything, or not, a lot of things. Let's say they like a lot of things, they add them onto the cart and they're like, I can't spend all this money. I don't want to spend all this money. And so either they don't finish the transaction at all, or they only buy one thing because they convince themselves they don't need all of it. So more than likely, more often than not, I release less items at one time or less styles at one time versus a bunch of them, because I don't want to end up with a bunch of one item orders and things like that. I try to release things that are complementary to one another, or one style in multiple colors, so that they have that feeling of, oh my god, I can't pick a color, I can get multiple, I'm gonna just get all the colors I like, versus a bunch of different styles and causing them that headache of having to choose between one thing and another. I started my business last year, and one of the main tips that I tell people is that you have to be your first customer. Would you agree with that statement? I like that statement. I've never heard anybody say that. Yes, I think so. And I don't know if I'm understanding it from the same angle that you are, but I would say, if I think of myself as my first customer, basically I would say I need to be clear that I am okay with the process of what it looks like for someone to become a customer. So basically, me going through my own buyer's journey. So, like, if I go to my website, am I okay with this? Is it organized? Did I enjoy the experience? Did it look nice? If I, do a fake transaction and I go through all of the motions of, clicking the different buttons, getting the emails for thank you and order confirmation and all of that stuff, like, I need to be okay with the process of what happened. When I look at my Instagram, I need to feel like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. This is pretty. I love what's going on here. I think it's really important that we as business owners feel confident and comfortable and happy with the choices that we make and the actions that we take in regards to our business before we expect anybody else to think any differently. Um, I don't know. I'm nervous to go live. What is that? That's normal. I mean, right now, I'm literally, there's a few people in here that I know just from like being in my coaching programs and stuff like that. But for the most part, every time I go on live, I don't know the people that I'm talking to. So it can be very nerve wracking. I definitely will say I'm a lot more comfortable with it now because I've done it literally hundreds of times now. But yeah, it's very nerve wracking. It is normal for it to be scary because you're about to talk to strangers, or you're going to hop on there and nobody's going to be there, which is even stranger. So I definitely can sympathize. Word of mouth is the best advertisement. 60% of my sales come from that alone. I always update is ridiculous. Absolutely. You have to go back to the old school of just working the email list and doing the groundwork. Yep, that's exactly what's happening, and I do not like it. Same here. I'm on TikTok and I tend to forget about it. Definitely. It's just too many platforms to think about and remember. I hate it. I was just watching another video of yours. Will you be saving this? Yeah, I'll definitely save this one. Uh, what do what is your daily routine for your workday? For running a business day today, like, what does your job work schedule consist of? So basically, what does my day to day consist of? That's a lot of words. So my days look different depending on what's happening in the business. So some days I have a ton of orders that need to get packaged. Other days I don't. Some days I have a ton of inventory coming in. Other days I don't. Some days I have a bunch of emails that need to be created. Some day, I mean, not created, answered. Some days I don't. So every day is different. I try to start every day with going through my emails, making sure that I am up to date in any customer inquiries and questions, or any order issues, things of that nature. Reading my DMs, things like that. Anything that has directly deals directly with the customer or potential customer, I try to do those things first. My husband and my sister pretty much handle all of the orders. So if there's orders that need to be packaged and taken to the post office, then they handle those. Thankfully, I don't know if y'all can hear this thing, but Shopify sent me this like really cool thing that tracks all my orders for me in real time. So it tells me how many orders I have had total since I switched to Shopify. So I'm currently at 7,050 orders. um, it's so cool. Anyway, so yeah, so every day looks different. Client stuff, customer stuff, order stuff first. My sister and my husband do the orders for me. I try to like strategize every day. Um, I look at like my insights, my analytics, things of that nature every day. Some days I have photo shoots, video shoots, things of that nature. I try to plan everything out and put it on a schedule as far in advance as possible versus doing everything in the moment. But yeah, every day is different. I don't have a set schedule per se. Thank you for answering my previous question. What advice would you give to new boutique owners on growing their audience, sales, and followers? So, I think the easiest way to grow your audience and your followers and things of that nature is to be as clear as possible about what your brand is and to create an environment for them to shop in that makes sense and that aligns with your overall vision for your business. I think a lot of new business owners struggle because their businesses don't make sense to them or to the customer, or sometimes it makes sense to them, but to the general public, it's like I don't know what's happening here. So when you create an environment that makes sense, and by makes sense, I mean like the visuals look good, the messaging sounds good, there's no grammatical errors, it doesn't sound like you're somebody who's practicing or somebody who is, selling things for fun. It sounds like a business. It sounds like a brand who knows what they're doing and knows who they are talking to. When you create an environment like that, it is so easy to attract your target audience. When things look visually appealing, when the messaging aligns, and ultimately when they can place your brand on the side of a brand that already exists, a brand that already has credibility, when they can put them side by side and say this over here looks just as good as this one does, then it becomes so easy to attract your target audience and grow your following consistently. When people subscribe to the Boutique Academy, do you subscribe them to the boutique? Oh no, I don't. So I don't believe that the Boutique Academy and Brazen Boutique are connected in any way. I have two totally separate accounts, email marketing accounts for Brazen Boutique and the Boutique Academy. Just like I have a separate Instagram and Facebook pages and all of that stuff. None of that is connected in any way. No, none of the money gets tied together. None of the audience gets tied together unless somebody from, one or the other follows the other page in some way or decides to sign up for that account. I don't mix them because I don't want to try to trick anyone into being my customer. If you're not my customer, I don't want you on my list. Also, I have to pay for every subscriber that I have on Klaviyo. So as my list grows, I have to pay for it as it grows. So I'm not adding anybody to the list that doesn't want to be there. The only way someone can join one list or the other is if they sign up for it themselves. Hey Jance, I have a boutique for women's blouses only. What do you recommend for the leftover inventory, like small sizes? I sell out of my larges on the same day. So I always have leftover things. Sometimes it's the smalls that's left over. Sometimes it's the extra larges when I do have extra larges. So, I mean, I do all that I can to try to get rid of them. I bring attention to the fact that I have all of these smalls left. I do promotions that are specifically around those leftover items to see if I can clear as much of it out as possible. But I also don't allow myself to stress over it for too long, because if I'm stressing over that, then I am neglecting something else in my business. So for me, it all starts with my pricing and having the understanding that it's likely that I'm going to be left with that merchandise. So instead of me pricing everything according to my desire to sell out of it all and make a specific amount of money, I price it according to the fact that it's likely that I'm going to have some left over. So that price that was, let's say, potentially going to be $35, I might make it 40 because I need the mediums and the larges to make up for the money that I'm not going to make from those smalls that I'm not going to be able to sell potentially. So that's what I do. I don't allow myself to stress over it, because at the end of the day, that means that I'm about to neglect something else as I stress myself trying to get rid of something that nobody seems to want. I use Klaviyo. I do send general emails and include short codes to be more personable, but overall, I need help with the email marketing. Even my open rate is low. Do you have a class or course for that? I don't. So I teach email marketing in my 8-week accelerator program, but I don't have an individual course about that because I feel that your ability to um, get the results that you want from your marketing in general requires you to be very clear in your branding and ultimately create an entire environment that people basically want to be a part of and they want to remember to open your emails and things of that nature. So I don't have a course about it, but I also think it's important to know that a lot of us have very low open rates. My open rates are pretty darn trash. They are not amazing at all. But I just focus in on, just like I was saying with who was that? Whose question was that? Um dun, 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 dun. Remember. I don't remember whose question it was. But basically, I'm always paying attention to what usually happens in my business rather than trying to change it. I do what I can with what I have. So once I realize like, oh, my open rate typically is X percent, and out of that percentage, my click rate is usually this, and out of that, I typically make this amount of money per email. Then I started getting more strategic with what I put in the email versus me trying to make more people open an email that they don't want to open. So instead of me putting the least priced or the smallest priced item in a email, or choosing things randomly, I started to get more intentional about the items that I put into each email so that I could potentially have more control over the amount of revenue that I make from each email. Hopefully that helps. I'm doing my first pop-up shop. Do you have any tips or must-dos? Denisha, I have 3 videos on my YouTube channel about pop-ups, where I documented my process for preparing for pop-ups. And I want to say in one of them, I actually show like my setup for my pop-up shop and things of that nature. So I would definitely check out those videos. I literally walk you through everything that I brought, everything that I, you know, think everybody needs to have at a pop-up shop, and ultimately how I plan for it and everything. So I would definitely check those out. Um, are you in a mastermind group? I'm not anymore. I used to be in a mastermind for coaching, or a mastermind for coaches. I've never been in any coaching programs or anything like that for e-commerce or for my boutique. Only for coaching. Hey, I recently joined TikTok. Just followed you on IG. Oh, she just followed you. Hi from Australia. Hello. Oops, scrolling too fast. Hi, Tori. Um, do they send that order tracker to anyone on Shopify or just VIP? I want one. I don't know. Well, no. So I think they're about to start selling it. They sent it to me, I think, as an influencer gift. They sent it to me in hopes that I would promote it for them. I think they're about to start selling it at some point. So, yeah. Do you plan out your content? Absolutely. I have so much of my content already planned out. Let me show it to you. I was just showing them when I got on here. Let me scroll down some. So this is Planoly. This is what I use to plan out what my Instagram feed is going to look like. So everything that you see on the screen right now is stuff that has not been posted on my Instagram just yet. So I have all of this content already, laid out in the order that I want it to be posted in. And yeah, I just have to finish writing all the captions and all that good stuff and then schedule it out. When deciding on a target audience, can I be this specific? Women who love beachwear and are looking to stand out in high quality, cute bikinis, beachwear, and accessories made with custom prints. Yep, you can for sure. You want to be more specific versus less specific. Hi, Jans. Do you send your VIPs an email with sneak peeks of the new arrivals before you post them on social media? I don't. I do not. So I always do sneak peeks of my inventory on social media for everybody to see. Um, but ultimately, the people that are going to get notified when those new arrivals are available are the people on my email list, the people on my text list, and things of that nature. So I allow everybody to know what's coming because I don't want to limit myself to, sales when I drop the new arrivals just because you're not on my list. So I think obviously having a VIP list is valuable if you have something that you're doing specifically with that list and it's actually beneficial. But that's not one of the things that I tend to do for my list. Please see this on your channel. I will. Thank you for that about the emails. I heard a YouTuber recommend that, but I was like, don't you have to have their consent for that? That's not a privacy violation. I love your transparency. Oh yeah, yes, it's you're not supposed to because technically speaking, a person is supposed to confirm their subscription to your email list. So yeah. Oh, another person from Australia. Any good business books you read? No, I am not a reader. I I listen, I think people always ask me, who is your coach? What books do you read? I don't do any of it. I don't do none of it. And I know it sounds crazy because people, you hear, you should get a coach, you should read this book, you should do that, da da da. And I'm not against it, obviously, but I don't read. I read like Google stuff on Google. When I need help with something, I Google it. I go find something to read on Google. But yeah, I don't read very much at all, other than articles on the internet. Um, you're welcome. Good afternoon from Las Vegas. Oh my God, I can only imagine what the weather's like in Vegas right now. You said once that a lot of people don't know what to post, don't do ads because they don't have clarity about content. It definitely clicked for me recently. Now I'm trying to pace myself and not post all in one day. Yeah, I think, sometimes we just post because we feel like, or we've been told you need to post. You need to post 3 to 5 times a day or however many times a week or whatever. So we end up posting, but then at the end of it, it's like, well, I don't have anything else to post, or I don't know what else to post, or I didn't get anything out of me posting that content. And it's just because they didn't have any clarity backing the action that they took. It was like, oh, I just need to post some more. So yeah, you definitely want to have clarity. You want to have a plan of action as it pertains to your content, the content that's going on your social, content that's going to go in your ads, all of that good stuff. How can you become more clear on your brand if you sell many different items? What is too many? So I can't really tell you what's too many because ultimately there's brands out there that sell a multitude of things. Target sells all types of things. Walmart sells all types of things. TJ Maxx sells all types of things. But ultimately they're a specific type of business. Their business isn't, tied to them targeting a specific type of person or that they want to be branded as a business that sells something specific. They're branded as businesses that sell a multitude of things and like general things that anybody would need. The mistake that businesses like us make, boutiques, is that we are trying to sell everything to everyone, and it doesn't make sense because we're not selling things that everyone needs. So if I go to Target, there's clothes there, there's shoes there, there's cleaning supplies, there's food, there's shoes, there's travel goods, there's electronics, blah, 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 blah. Those are all things that I have in my life. Those are all things that I, frequently buy or frequently use my money towards and things of that nature. But let's compare that to a boutique. Let's say you sell club dresses and you sell I don't know, first lights, and you sell lingerie, and you sell necklaces, and you sell press on nails. These are just random things. As a consumer, yes, I need clothes. Yes, but I don't need club dresses because I don't go to the club. I don't need press on nails because I don't even get my nails done. My nails look like this all day, every day. I don't need necklaces because the only jewelry I wear is this ring and these earrings every single day of my life. So if you're understanding me, hopefully, basically what I'm saying is we try to reach everyone, but you end up reaching no one because they're like, I don't need this. Yeah, I need clothes, but I don't need these types of clothes. Yes, I like jewelry, but I wear the same things every day. Yes, I do like nails, but I don't want them to be press-ons. I want to go to the salon and get my nails done. There's so many things that we don't consider as it pertains to the customer. And instead, we're just like, oh, I want to sell a multitude of things so that hopefully I attract a bunch of different people. So you want to get, for us, you want to get clear about the person or type of person that you are trying to target, and then get super duper clear about exactly what that person wants. Like, for example, if you guys follow my brand on Instagram, or if you've been to my website, you can clearly see what I sell. Like, I sell lots of colorful things, but it's lots of basics, everything solid colored. Nothing crazy, nothing extravagant at all. Nothing that you probably couldn't find elsewhere. But what works really well for my business is the fact that it's colorful, it is not printed at all, and it's like just everyday things that you can just slip on and you don't have to think about. So the types of customers that I serve are women who don't want to think about what they're going to wear. They're like, I don't care. I don't care about trends. I don't care what everybody else is wearing. I don't care about the newest releases for shoes. I don't care about none of that. I just want to be comfortable. I want to be cute still. I want to be colorful. But I just want to be cozy. I just want to throw something on every day and know that I still look and feel good in it. So, long story short, it makes more sense to be specific about what you want to sell and ultimately who you want to sell it to, versus just selling a multitude of things and not being clear about who needs all of those things. It's likely that there's nobody who needs all of those things. Um, do you recommend for every boutique owner to visit the fashion district in LA? I've been in business for 4 years and never been, but I do attend Magic. I definitely think you should go to LA at least once. And the reason for that is because there are a multitude of brands in the fashion district that are not online and never make it to Magic. I don't know why, but a lot of them don't want an online presence at all. They have no intentions of getting a website. They're not on Fashion Go, LA Showroom, none of that. They don't even have a WhatsApp. They're like, the only way that you can shop with us is if you come right here. A lot of them never get a booth at Magic because they've said it's expensive, even though I'm like, don't y'all make all this money from selling all these clothes and stuff to us? But whatever. So I think it's valuable to go at least once because you get to discover a lot of brands that you would not have discovered had you not gone to the fashion district. My lighting is so trash in here. I don't know if open this window is going to help at all. Let's see. Let's see if it helps. Excuse my mess. No, that didn't help. Planoly. I love Planoly, y'all. Do you recommend? Oh, wait, I read that one. Shoot, going too far. No IG today. I don't know. Maybe I might get on Instagram Live maybe later, possibly. The app is called Planoly. Hi, Jans. I'm a newbie in Fashion Go. Ask for my sales certificate. Do I need to upload a copy to them? Yes. So when you create an account, there should be some areas on there that say upload, and you can upload a copy of it there. What's a good text list app to use? I use SMS Bump. S as in Sam, M as in Mary, S as in Sam, Bump. It is a Shopify app. I'd love to see a video of your warehouse setup. I'm going to do one sometime next month when it doesn't look like this. So my intention for the next 30 days is to get my office together, get it as organized as possible, just make some sense of things. So I have one coming. It's in my plans. And for anybody who is just tuning in, this is what I'm dealing with on the other side of the office. Lots of chaos. Actually, Hold on. I'm going to scoot this way. Better lighting. Crazy. I don't know why it's better this way. Okay. Let me move this chat box down some. Don't mind my desk. It is quite dirty, quite unorganized. New York, Bahamas, hello. 108, it's a cool day. Yesterday, 117. Good God. That's crazy. Can we get a day in the life video? Sure. I try not to plan day in the life videos because if I try to plan it, then it's gonna come off overly planned. So I try to do them just like when I'm not thinking about it and it's just like a random day versus planning it. So yes. I may have to visit to experience it. Um, Is there quality items for say $3 per unit, or am I looking more at $10 per unit like those I've seen online? It really depends. Depends on what you're shopping for and where you shop at. There is a multitude of manufacturers and wholesalers in the fashion district, and the pricing is up and down. Just really depends on what you're looking at. Do a training on how to set up your Planoly post. I was confuzzled when I tried. What do you mean? Like organizing them? Is that what you mean? Organizing them? Planoly has like a ton of videos. When did you get your first sale after launching? I got my first sale like my first day of business. I don't. Oh, I don't know when. I don't know how soon after I launched, but it was definitely the first day. Uh, South Africa. I'll talk about my lighting. It's not sunny today. I think it might be about to rain or something. Usually there's a bunch of light coming through this window. That's why the blinds were closed because usually I'm being blinded by the sun, but no sun today. Hi, Jance. I'm Nicole from London. Hello, Nicole. You've taught me so much. I love your videos and your honesty. Oh, thank you. New Jersey. Hey. Where'd you buy the steamer? This steamer is from Target. So this was a little handheld one. Over on the other side, I have like a standing one, which is from Amazon. So this one's by a brand called, y'all can't see that. It's Sienna, Sienna, and it's from Target. The other one, I don't know where it's from. I mean, what brand it's by. Let's see. Hold please. So this is my bigger steamer. You can hang your stuff here, and this is the steamer part. So this one's from Amazon, and it's by, I don't know if this is the company name, but it's Pure Steam XL. Pure Steam XL. I got my first sale on my first day of business. I got my first sale on my first day of business because I am a super planner and I planned everything to a T because I wanted to ensure that I got a sale. I want a steamer so bad. I don't remember how much this one cost. My sister ordered it on Amazon for me I mean, she used my business card, but she ordered it, and she don't be looking at the price of nothing. So I had this one first, and I take this one like to my photo shoots and stuff with me. But I have this one first, and I want to say this one was like $29 or something, maybe. Not too bad, and it works just fine. You did an excellent job explaining target audience. Thank you. I try. I have a new product that I want to launch in July. Should or can I run IG ads till launch date to build up anticipation? You can. I'm not going to say that you should or should not, just because ads are ads. They can go either way. They can work really well or they can work really badly. So, I mean, I always say anything is worth a try at the end of the day. Um, you never know until you do the thing. Planning is key for sure. How do you know what vendor to go with? Do vendors have samples or do you just buy one of something? So the vendors that I get my merchandise from don't give samples. They are in the United States. Most of my vendors, or all of my vendors, are located in the United States, and most of them are in Los Angeles. They sell merchandise by the pack, typically with 6 of an item in the pack, 2 smalls, 2 mediums, 2 larges, or sometimes like 3 smalls, 2 mediums, 1 large. And every so often there's an extra large in there somewhere. But anyway, they all sell their merchandise by the pack. So you cannot get a sample. You don't have any control over the quantity of the sizes in the pack and things of that nature. So for me, if I'm shopping with a new vendor, it is me taking a risk and buying something that I'm hoping is of good quality. I try to read all the reviews and stuff before I purchase it, just to make sure I'm making the best decision. And I would say going to the fashion districts and going to trade shows and stuff like that has definitely been helpful for sure to eliminate that feeling of potentially buying something that is not the best. So yeah, I think there's a lot of people so let me say, a lot of people have only one idea of what it means to buy wholesale. So for some people, wholesale for them is just going to AliExpress, Alibaba, things of that nature. That's buying wholesale for them. And it is. But also the general public can buy from those places most of the time as well and get it for the same price that you got it for. Or others, buying wholesale is buying from domestic vendors and manufacturers who, yes, get their merchandise typically from China. Some of them are manufactured domestically. But there's some people who are like, oh, I get everything from AliExpress, and they have no idea that the fashion district exists in the United States and that they could fly to LA and shop hundreds of blocks of wholesale merchandise. And for others, they only know the fashion district and don't know that there are sources like Alibaba and AliExpress and other platforms like that they could potentially source merchandise from. So I say all this to say that there's a lot of options out there. And I will not be the one to say that anybody's choice of manufacturer or where to go to get merchandise is, better or worse than the next person, because ultimately you have to buy things with your vision in mind. So yeah. I've been trying to send this email out for a very long time and I have not, so I have to send it. Otherwise it will never get sent. Yes, I'll leave this up. What percentage do you recommend spending on ads? Whatever percentage so that I try to answer your questions like in its entirety and as honestly as possible. But a lot of people's answers, your answer or your decision is subjective to your business. So as I mentioned earlier, I paid attention to where my revenue typically comes from. So for example, in let's see, in March, I made $56,000. That was the most money that I had made to date. And I went back to see how much money I spent on ads that month, and I wanted to see what percentage of that um, was what percentage of the amount I made, or what am I trying to say? What percentage of my ad spend was from my revenue? I think I said that right. Hopefully, y'all understand what I'm saying. So basically, if I say, I spent $5,000 and I made 56,000, let me see what that equals up to. So that's like 8%. So like 8% of the amount of money that I made, I spent in ads. So going forward, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep that same amount. I'm going to try to stay within that range of $5,000 to see if I could potentially make the same amount of money. Now within that, I'm studying, what ads perform best, what ads didn't perform at all, where do I want to allocate the money, how do I want to spend the money, things of that nature. So I say all that to say is I don't tend to give people a set amount of money or a percentage that they should be spending, because ultimately if the ads don't work for you, then it doesn't make sense for you to spend your money on it. If the ads work for you, then you want to look a little bit deeper into what has worked within your ads, how much you've spent during the months where you made the most money, and decide whether or not it makes sense for you to keep spending that same amount or to increase that amount if you have the resources to do so. Just want to say thank you. You're an angel sent by God with all the information you share with the world. I just want to say thank you. I'm now switching to Shopify from Big Cartel because of you. Yes, I'm so happy to hear that. Y'all, if y'all are on any platform other than Shopify and you sell products, I urge you to switch. Shopify is the best option. You should definitely switch. That did not come out how I wanted it. French Terry. Not what I was expecting. Um, you're welcome, Fatima. I didn't say you're welcome. What did you say about the iOS update for ads? So basically, Apple updated their system. So now anyone who has updated their phone to the most recent version of the iOS um, they can decide whether or not they want businesses and other web platforms to be able to track their activity so that they can run ads to them. So if anybody who has an updated iPhone or Apple device tells Apple, I don't want to be tracked, now us business owners who run ads, the sizes of the audiences that we were able to target previously are decreasing because there are people within those audiences who are now deciding that they don't want to be targeted anymore. So basically, our ad performance can be affected because the sizes of our audiences are being decreased. Why is what I'm looking for not popping up? I'm not understanding. Okay, there we go. There's some options. Do you suggest using Canva for social media posts, or is it best to just use your photos as is without the templates? I use Canva templates here and there. I use both Canva and my, photos straight from my phone. Um, I've been studying the buyer's journey and have only run ads a few times. Any tips, strategies, advice on running retargeting ads for the first time? So I run retargeting ads to people who are either deepest in the buyer's journey or people who are most engaging. So for me, for example, I retarget people who have engaged with my Instagram the most, because my actions are most heavy on Instagram, and I also receive the most website traffic from Instagram. So I think it is beneficial for me to constantly be retargeting people who engage with me on Instagram so that they, just remember to come back and see what's happening as I continue to share more content. And then I also retarget people who have added to cart and initiated checkout. So I always have an ad running with a small budget because that audience size is always much smaller than targeting a cold audience. So my retargeting ads, typically I start them at $5 a day. Right now, I think for the last month or so, maybe a little bit over that, I've been running my retargeting ads at $7.50 a day. And it's just retargeting people who added to cart and initiated checkout. And it does pretty darn well. I just make sure that the message that I attach to those ads says something that lets them know that I know that they interact with my business in some way, and it says something that increases or yeah, creates a greater sense of urgency to come back and shop. I'll save this, guys. Jans, I started an ad for the first time in months. I did it for website visits less than 24 hours. I reached 292 people. Post engagement is 16 and 14 link clicks. I spent $4.36. That's not bad at all. Do you recommend going to Magic? I absolutely do. I go every year. Love Magic. You still run your own ads? Yep, I'm still running my own ads. I just created, I think, four of them earlier today. Which three online tools do you love and would you recommend? What do I use often? I mean, I use Shopify, obviously. I use Planoly for content planning, Canva. Um, I use Klaviyo for email marketing. I use InShot, which is a video editing app. Those are the primary tools that I use. I don't use anything crazy. Um, how did you know you wanted to have an online boutique? I didn't. I didn't. So I never had any intentions of starting my own business. I never had intentions or dreams of working for myself, being an entrepreneur, any of that. I worked in corporate retail for over a decade before I started my boutique. And I have a degree in public relations, speech communication, specializing in public relations. I have a minor in journalism and television studies. So I kind of just knew or thought that I would either always be working in retail and maybe do like some PR for some corporate retailer, or I would be working in like media, and that didn't happen. So the only reason that I actually decided to start a boutique was partially because my job was closing. So my last two jobs went out of business. And I was like, I'm tired of having to find a new job. And then two, I started my YouTube channel. So when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't have a boutique. I was still working full time. And I was a store manager of a small business here in St. Louis before they closed, and they used to like give me literally free reign to do whatever I wanted in the store. It was basically like it was mine. So that was really my first introduction to what it was like to own a store, and it wasn't online. I got introduced to buying wholesale, how to price inventory, how to take into account your expenses. Um, all of those different things. I learned basically what it meant to be an entrepreneur before being an entrepreneur, because they gave me so much freedom and responsibility. And so I started my YouTube channel where I used to just be sharing tips and advice like I do right now, like I'm doing right now. And but I didn't have a boutique. And a lot of the people that I was talking to had boutiques. They're like, "Oh, I have a boutique. Can I ask you some questions? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Sure." I don't have a boutique though. I just work full time for this little thrift store. It was a thrift store and part boutique. I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'll answer your questions." So I used to answer people's questions and stuff. And then, long story short, my job ended up going out of business, or they told me months in advance that they were going out of business. So I had a decision to make. Either I could go find another job, like always, or I could, try this thing on my own. So I decided that I was going to try this boutique thing out, and more so as an experiment than anything, because like I said, it was never my intention to have a boutique or to work for myself. So since I was already in a way coaching boutique owners through my YouTube content, I was like, well, it'll be so much easier to coach and answer their questions if I'm actively doing it myself. So that's what I did. So I launched my boutique literally a month, maybe less than that, after my job closed. I was working on all of the content buying the merchandise, all that good stuff. I was working on all of that leading up to the date that they closed, and then I launched it, and I never looked back. That's it. So no, I never had I never knew that I wanted to be a boutique owner until I made a random decision. Um, do you remember how long it took to gain for you to gain 100, 500, 1K email subscriptions? Did you experience very specific things that helped it grow? Mine is like crickets. I don't remember like how long it took me for each one. I can say I think right now I have like 4,000 people on my email list, maybe more than that, maybe just a little bit more. I think this is 2021. So I would say like midway through 2020, I hit like 2,000. So I would say probably my first year, maybe just a little bit over first year, I gained 1,000 subscribers. Um, I think what helped me most was running ads, but not just running ads in the hopes of getting emails. I literally ran ads specifically for the purpose of getting email subscribers. I also used to change the link in my bio. Instead of it being a link to my website, it was a link to a landing page to sign up for my email list. So I intentionally put things in place, put links in places for people to sign up for my email list rather than trying to send them to my website. So essentially, I substituted trying to get sales for trying to get email subscribers. And I did that for a while. I made sure that, like, obviously, after they signed up for the email list, they still had a way to get to the website. Or even if they didn't sign up, there was always buttons underneath the little email sign up option so that they knew that they could still get to the website if they didn't want to sign up. But yeah, I place more emphasis on trying to build my email list versus trying to get sales and simultaneously grow my email list. Um, I will say so. I think if anybody's wondering like about growing your social media following, like your Instagram, I know for a fact that at the beginning of 2020, I had 2,000 Instagram followers. I had 2,000. So from November 2018 till January 1st, 2020, I had about 2,000 followers. And now, mid June of 2021, I have just over 20,000 followers. So literally in a year and a half, I gained 18, yeah, a little bit over 18,000 followers. And literally, the only thing I did, it sounds simple, but it ain't simple. The only thing I did was brand my business. I got super duper clear about exactly what my business was, what we sold, and who it was for. I stopped being random with my inventory choices. I stopped thinking I could sell a little bit of everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I stopped being so spontaneous with my inventory choices, with my messaging, and things of that nature. And I got crystal clear about exactly what I wanted to sell and what I wanted it to look like and all of that. So by me creating a consistent environment for people, it was a lot easier for them to make the decision of whether or not to come back. It was so much easier for me to stay consistent. It was easier for me to consistently create content and messaging that made sense. It was so much easier for me to continuously attract the right audience and similar people versus constantly attracting these random one-off customers who wanted this one thing I had last week, but then they don't want anything from the next week's collection. No, I started attracting literally customers who wanted everything. They're like, oh my God, I just bought from you yesterday. I'm back again. Literally, it is the craziest thing. So, branding. Once I got clear about that, it was smooth sailing from there. I've literally, let me see, since we've been on here for an hour and 24 minutes. And I've been doing nothing but sitting here talking to y'all. I haven't been posting on social media or anything like that. Literally in the last hour, I made let's see, it's 4:23. So let's see. I made about $400 while we just been sitting here. So I can't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be. I would be sitting in the spot that a lot of the people who contact me with questions are sitting if I hadn't got clear about the branding of my business. Um, I miss how much you spend on ads a day. So I spend anywhere between like $120 to $200 a day typically. I want to increase it, but I'm just being a scary cat. What's Magic? Magic is a trade show. So every February and August in Las Vegas, they also have one in New York. There's a trade show in Vegas where literally manufacturers from all over the world fly in, set up a booth, and you can come shop. So you can't take anything home with you. There might be a few like random small businesses that have inventory on hand that you can take back with you. But for the most part, you're just placing like pre-orders and then they'll ship it out to you when they get back to their showrooms or warehouses and things like that. But basically, you get to shop with hundreds, thousands of vendors in one space all at one time for like 3 days. It's really fun. You get to meet with manufacturers, there's seminars, lots of learning experiences. I love it. I love Magic. And it's free. As long as you have a registered business, you can come to the trade show for free. Do you have any reputable vendors? There are tons of reputable vendors out there. There are so many. There are thousands. If you have a registered business, if you have a seller's permit, I highly recommend getting a Fashion Go account if you don't have one, or LA Showroom account. There's so many vendors on both of those platforms. Do you use Klaviyo for SMS as well? I don't currently. I need to, but I don't. I use SMS Bump. I started using SMS Bump before I had Klaviyo. So I'm just being lazy, not wanting to switch over, not wanting to use another platform, basically. But yeah. With the fashion district, when I fly, will they ship all my items back? Yes, they can ship your items back. So you have depending on if the item is actually in stock or if it's a pre-order, you have the option of getting it shipped to you, or you can take it home with you when you leave. So typically, when I go to the fashion district, I take two big empty suitcases. I always fly Southwest because you get to check 2 bags for free. So I take two big empty suitcases and I stuff them with as much stuff as I can that won't go over the weight limit, so I don't have to ship everything back. Um, so whatever I can't fit, I ship back, obviously. Yeah, you can get it shipped or you can take it back with you. Yo, I still didn't finish this email. What should the subject line say? Um, Grab them while you can. I need to stop typing like this. Um, do you say Shopify is best because you have used or researched and found that, or because it is the only one you have used? Asking me does my research shows comparable options for better pricing. So I say Shopify is best because I've used other platforms. So I have had a website. My website was initially on WordPress when I first launched. And I was using WordPress. I had used WordPress for years. I still use WordPress for my blog, and I don't blog often, but my website's still hosted there. But I used WordPress for years prior to having a boutique. So because I was already familiar with the platform, I thought, no brainer. Obviously, I should use WordPress because I'm very familiar with the platform. But what I was not familiar with was selling things from a platform, selling physical products, and whether or not WordPress was the best option for that. And it was not. I will say that. So I also have used Wix before. I didn't sell anything on Wix, but I just don't like Wix as a platform personally. That's just me. But yeah, so I say that from experience. I can compare my experience of making money on WordPress to my experience of making money on Shopify, and it is extremely different. I can't even tell you how much money I made while on WordPress because it was that little in comparison to the amount of money that I made when I switched to Shopify. And I always tell people when I say Shopify is best, I'm not saying it just because of it being a e-commerce platform. I mean, that is the number one key here. I did a live on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and I was explaining like you don't want to choose any other website platform that does not prioritize e-commerce. So yes, there are other platforms that are cheaper that obviously will allow you to sell merchandise on them, but they do not prioritize e-commerce, meaning that everything that they do, every feature that they add is not for the purpose of helping you make money. It's for the purpose of helping their platform be better in some way. So when you go and sign up for an account on any of these platforms, you want one that says, we're going to help you make more money. Like you want to look for those words. It doesn't have to say exactly that, but you get what I'm saying. So I learned from experience that Shopify was the best option, not because it's Shopify, but because of everything that Shopify offers to online sellers. WordPress, for example, is an amazing website platform. It is amazing for building a website and hosting and all of that good stuff, but it is not the best for selling products. Every single feature of Shopify is for the purpose of improving your sales capability and also improving the shopping experience for your customers. So one thing I can say is I didn't make six figures when I was on WordPress. I made six figures when I switched to Shopify, and it was so much easier for me to create a seamless shopping experience because every single button, every single feature was literally created to help me make money. On WordPress, and I'm comparing WordPress because that's the one I have the most experience with. On WordPress, there's so much functionality, so many things that I could do, but not every single button was helpful to me as an e-commerce brand. So that's why I say Shopify is best. It is going to get you right as it pertains to sales and things of that nature in comparison to any other. Like, I'm just going to hold on. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm gonna I love doing these. Hold on, let's see. GoDaddy website. Who else we got? Wix.com. Big Cartel. I love doing these activities. Okay. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to start with Wix. Let me go to their homepage. Oh, I gotta log out. Hold on. Log out. Because I want you guys to understand what I mean. Okay, so on Wix, remember I said you want something that literally the words that come out of their mouth it says, we're gonna help you make some money. That's what you want to look for. So Wix. The top part, this is what I'm looking at. This is Wix. Top part of the website says, create a website you're proud of. Discover the platform that gives you the freedom to create, design, manage, and develop your web presence exactly the way you want it. So basically they're saying like, this is all about web presence. If you want a beautiful website that you could be proud of, you want to create and design, that's what we got. So Wix design, they got it. Web presence, cool, we got you. As you scroll down, it says the freedom to create the website you want. Design and build your own high quality website, whether you're promoting your business, showcasing your work, opening your store, or starting a blog. You can do it all with the Wix website builder. So yes, it says opening a store, but it's not the first thing that comes out their mouth. They're not like, we're going to give you all the e-commerce capabilities that you need. It says you can, even if you want to open a store, we got you. We got that. It's a capability that we got. Okay, cool. That's Wix. So then we go to what's it called? What is this thing called? GoDaddy. Let me click a button. Let me go to website. Okay, so there it says the website builder that defies the expected. Designer made templates, social and email marketing, and then professional online store. Choose from hundreds of industry-specific templates, blah, blah, blah. Bring in more customers with beautifully designed social posts and emails, and then Sell products, services, or digital files directly from your site on Etsy, Amazon, and more. E-commerce plans only. So basically, it's saying you can build a website, but you got to add some e-commerce capability on the end. We gonna help you build a website first, and then if you want to add e-commerce, then you can do that on the back end. We got you. So that's GoDaddy, and then we go to WordPress. WordPress is an open source software you can use to create beautiful websites, blogs, or apps. Beautiful designs, powerful features, and the freedom to build anything you want. WordPress is both free and priceless at the same time. Trusted by the best 41% of web users. 41% of the web uses WordPress, from hobby blogs to the biggest news sites online. I'm still scrolling and I ain't seen nothing about e-commerce yet. It ain't popped up. It's not there. I don't see it. Let me go. That was WordPress.org. Let me go to WordPress.com. Welcome to the world's most popular website builder. 41% of web is built on WordPress. More bloggers, small businesses, and Fortune 500 companies use WordPress, blah, blah, blah. Join the millions of people that call WordPress.com home. Build a site, sell your stuff, start a blog, and so much more. Build simply, create any kind of website, no code, no manuals, blah, 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 blah. That's WordPress. And then Big Cartel. The very first thing they say is easy online stores for artists and makers. So now we're getting warm. They say, okay, we can help you sell some stuff. If you're an artist or a maker, we got you. You can sell your stuff. It says we make it simple to build unique online stores, sell your work, and run a creative business. Now I can say, okay, cool, Big Cartel, they're gonna help me sell some stuff, but it says artists and makers. Am I an artist or a maker? I am not. I don't create nothing. It is not me. And then they say, you get 5 products for free, 50 products for $9.99 a month, 500 products for $19.99 a month, and then they go into all of the different things that they offer to you. Okay, cool. You can customize your shop. All right, got it. Sweet. And then we go to Shopify. Anyone, anywhere can start a business. Build your business online. Create an e-commerce website backed by powerful tools to help you find customers, drive sales, and manage your day-to-day. Not one of these other platforms said, create an e-commerce website backed by powerful tools that help you find customers, drive sales. None of them said that. So when y'all go choosing something else, it's like, did they even say that they were going to help you? Did they say that their tools were powerful to help you make money? Did they say that they were going to help you find customers? Did they say that? They didn't say that? Oh, well, why you was expecting it? I don't know. And then they even got examples. Every single part of this homepage is create an e-commerce website backed by powerful tools to help you find customers, drive sales, and manage your day-to-day. And then they give me examples of other stores that are currently using their platform and making money. And then take the best path forward. Start an online business wherever you are. Move your business online. Switch to Shopify. Hire a Shopify expert. So if I need help, I can hire somebody right here on the platform. Sell everywhere. Market your business. Manage everything. Empowering independent business owners everywhere. Over 1,700,000 businesses in 175 countries around the world have made over $200 billion in sales using Shopify. Nobody else told me how much money their users made. The people on Shopify made $200 billion combined. I want to be part of that. Okay. So it has been, I know these girls. That's funny. Look at this. I know these people. These girls right here on their website, I met them and they make a lot of money. That's so funny. But for whatever reason, when we start businesses, we always go looking for the cheapest option. We go looking for, the one that says that they can get us by, basically. And we're like, I'll just start with this and I'll work my way up. This is not one of those things that you want to skimp with. You don't want to just start anywhere and then work your way up to something else. You want to start where it makes sense and where it's the smartest to start. This is where it's smart. I got another sale. This is crazy. I got 2. 4 minutes apart. It's a good day. But yeah, Shopify. I do this every time someone asks me about Shopify or wants a comparison. I cannot help myself because I kid you not, I did not start like I wish I could go back and show y'all how much money I made on WordPress in comparison to Shopify. And literally they create and bring to life so many things that help you make the shopping experience better and make it so much easier for you to make money. I actually had a call with a web, not what is she? Yeah, web developer from Shopify a couple weeks ago. And I can't tell y'all nothing that we talked about. But they were exploring some new features and asking me like, things about how to improve it. They want to help me make more money. They like, Jens, if we did this, like, what would you think about that? Would that be helpful? You have any other suggestions, things that we could do to make our platform better so you can make more money? WordPress ain't calling me to ask me if I can, what they can do to help me make more money. It's not happening. But yeah, see, look, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. Even if I compare my numbers from this year to last year, like, let me show you. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, nope, go back. Even this, like even what I'm doing right now, when I was on WordPress, like I could see my sales to some extent. I could see some of my analytics, but the way that I can manage my business from my phone through Shopify is amazing. I can manage every single aspect of my business right here from this phone. Everything, all parts of it right here from my phone. I don't even need my computer. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm going to show y'all a comparison of this year to last year. So last year, this is how much I made last year on Shopify. $215,846. That was last year. So as Shopify has continued to get better, I get more, well-versed in my business. I'm starting to think more clearly about, just the overall website organization, all that good stuff. So this is year to date. So already halfway through the year, I'm basically about to be exactly where I was for the end of last year. I'm at $194,806 already this year on Shopify, which means I'll probably double what I made last year on Shopify. It's crazy. So anybody who's on any other platform, yes, I'm telling you, you should switch to Shopify. That's literally what I'm saying. You should switch because it's a no-brainer at this point. It is amazing. Everything about it is amazing. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, sorry. I go on a Shopify tangent very often. Oh my gosh, hi, I'm Jessica. I'm from Europe and I'm a high school student. Oh, I just want to tell you that my dream is to have business and I'm super effective and successful because of your tips. Oh, I love that. How long did it take you to become profitable? And when you did, how did you determine what to pay yourself? So, my business became profitable really like last year, so 2020. So I've been in business since November 2018. So I would say midway through 2020 was when I actually started to see money in my bank account. Like I could actually log into my bank account and say, wow, there's money there. Like there's way more money than I've ever seen there. So I would say midway through last year was when I actually started to see money coming in, more money coming in than was going out. And it started to increase to 5 figures and beyond. So this business isn't at 6 figures in my bank account at all because it takes a lot of money to maintain it. I have not reached that 6-figure point just yet in my bank account. Like in sales, yes, but in my bank account, no. So midway through last year, I would say was when my business started to become profitable. And as far as paying myself, I didn't start paying myself literally like actually paying myself until this year. So I actually hired a finance manager at the end of last year to manage both of my businesses. If you guys don't know, I have 2 businesses. So she manages my finances for both my boutique and for the Boutique Academy. And we decided together on what I would pay myself. So I actually don't pay myself from my boutique now because I have I pay my husband and I pay my sister, and then I have all my other expenses. So because I have a second business and it's a lot more profitable than this one, I just pay myself from that one. And I only pay myself 10% of what I make from the other business because I don't need all that I don't need all that money. And I also this year she had me change, or we're in the process of changing the structure of my other business to an S corp so that we can change my, like, basically decrease my tax liability. So yeah, so I just chose, based on the progression of business, what how much money I typically make, what percentage of that did I want to pay myself, basically. No major thoughts around it, seriously. Yes, thank you for that. The landing page to specifically get emails and put in link in IG. Yes, I'm glad that's helpful. You plan on doing another training for auditing the boutique? I don't mind paying for what I need to do to go to the next level. So in my monthly membership, I do audits here and there. I probably need to do another one. I haven't done one in a while. And the only other auditing that happens with me is in my well, I don't really audit it, but yeah. Anyway, in my 8-week program, I hired a Shopify expert, and she does audits for all of the students' websites and things of that nature. Brandon's major key, definitely. How often do you repost the same item on social media when you have nothing new to post? As often as I need to. So literally, I'll show you. Hold on, let's do it in this phone. I think the other one's gonna die. So I'm gonna go to my Instagram. I wish I could share my screen with y'all. Let's see. So this was just last week. Last week I got this cardigan, or I dropped this cardigan. So that was the first time I posted it. Oop. And then I posted it again there. And then I posted it again there. And then I posted it again there. And then today I got it in pink. So it's there again. So I am literally uh going to post it as many times as it takes for me to sell it. Now, what I will say is I am an advocate for recreating, not repurposing content and also restyling merchandise. So even if I get tired of something, I know that it's time for me to go create some new content. So if I need to, I will absolutely create some new content. But as far as posting it, I just post until I feel like I can't post no more. How did you learn about using Klaviyo segmenting and things like that? So I knew about segmenting from my previous email marketing platform. I mean, I was already segmenting my audience. So it was just a matter of me figuring out exactly how to segment in Klaviyo, like how the process for doing it. So I just went on YouTube and watched a video, how to segment your audience on Klaviyo. That was it. Um, how do you know about the show? What show? What show? I don't know what show we're talking about. I don't use Klaviyo SMS either. I still use SMS Bump. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So I'm okay sticking. Same here, girl. I'm okay with sticking to it. Girl, that office is looking real inventory heavy. It is very inventory heavy. I wish I could just pick up this screen and take y'all over there. It's so much stuff over there. It's crazy. I have another. I'm on my iMac over here. There's another iMac over there, which my husband and my sister use for packing orders and stuff. I should have got on that one so y'all could have saw all the inventory over there. Shopify doesn't have anyone you can speak with. They used to. So during the pandemic, for whatever reason, well, I won't say for whatever reason, they took it away. They took away the feature because I'm pretty sure there was way more people than they ever imagined that would be on online or selling things online. I think they got overwhelmed and they took the feature away. There used to be someone that you could speak with though. Have you ever experienced GoDaddy with selling products? I have not, and I don't recommend it. I agree. I've created my own WordPress site and does not bring in the money. WordPress shows you have a nice website and all, but not the bag. Absolutely. I agree with WordPress. Meant other e-commerce sites like BigCommerce or 3D Cart, which don't nickel and dime you like Shopify for each app after you already pay a monthly charge. GoDaddy is horrible. Before Shopify so fast, I switched. That's why I use apps you really need or find ones that are free for what you need. I only pay for 2 apps of 10 I use. Yeah, I don't use a ton. Like I use SMS Bump, which you don't pay for SMS Bump. You pay per text message that you use, so you don't actually pay for the app. I use an app called Delirious Profit to manage my to like see the inventory value and just like manage my numbers more heavily. That app is like $4.95. That doesn't hurt me at all. What else do I pay for? Um, I don't pay for that much. That's funny. That's funny that you mentioned that. Let me see. I wonder how much. I wonder what other apps I'm paying for. I don't pay a ton in apps. Um, hmm, billing. I'm curious to know what other apps I do pay for. I've been with GoDaddy for many years. They became a money machine by taking from you, but does not give anything back. GoDaddy at one time cared for their customers. New management now about the numbers for them. Need to get off GoDaddy and try Shopify, and I have been able to sleep since then. Listen, I feel like I should work for Shopify because I just feel like I would be the best advocate. I would be the best advocate. Okay, here we go. Apps. So I use Shopper and Stock Counter. I need to turn that one off though. I don't use it very much. Billing for blah blah blah. SMS bump. After sale. SMS bump. Oh yeah, I don't use. Yeah, I don't have anything. I have Delirious Profit, SMS bump, tiered pricing. What is this one? I don't know what this one is. Um, this might be bulk. It's like price editor. You can edit your prices in bulk or something like that. Yeah. Um, Shopify is best. I switched from WordPress to Shopify and I have been able to how do you deal with copycats? It depends on the level of copycatism. I unfortunately, but fortunately, am in a position where I talk to boutique owners all day. I also share a lot of, information about my business and what works for my business publicly, and therefore I end up with a lot of people who copy my every move. Um, I also coach people, and even though I'm helping them to create a brand for themselves, there are parts of their brands that seem to somehow look like mine. So it depends on the level of copycatism, because I think there's some things that just are outside of my control. I can't sue them, obviously, for copying certain things. Now, if you're like blatantly taking my words, you've named your business after the same as mine, something along those lines. Oh, there will definitely be legal repercussions for sure. But for the most part, I don't let it bother me because I know that a copycat, anybody that's copying is just steps behind me. They're not in front of me. So they literally are playing catch up. They can't win if I'm not winning, basically. Congrats. This is amazing. Thank you. How can you mentor me? I have a monthly membership program that you could definitely check out. I'll put the link to it in the chat box if anybody is interested. Um, Thanks for being transparent about paying yourself and your take home pay. No problem. Hi, everyone. Oh, the trade show. So if you go to, what's their website? Hold on. Let me figure out their website. So the website is magicfashionevents.com, and it'll tell you all about the trade show, how to register, and all that good stuff. Still haven't figured out how to do my domain with Clavio as far as the email address. I have Gmail. I'm with MailChimp. So you have to get a professional email address from an email provider. So you can get a business email address through G Suite, which is a Google product, and they'll walk you through how to create it, or you can get one through like Outlook, Office. There's a bunch of different ones that. So I would just Google like professional, how to get a professional email address, how to get a business email address, and then once you get that, then in Clavio you can input what your business email address is. Is SMS bump free? The app itself is free, but you pay per text message that you send out. This is a great watch over Q&A. Been in business for a year and I've yet to see consistent sales. Something's out of whack. What should I do? I would focus on branding. Do you feel like your business is branded? My sales didn't become consistent until my actions were consistent. And by actions, I don't mean like, oh, I posted every day. I mean like the merchandise that I selected was consistent, or the type of merchandise. The pricing was consistent. The messaging was consistent. The type of content that I created was consistent. The way that I showed up for my audience was consistent. Everything about it became consistent. How did you grow your email list? I grew my email list by intentionally trying to grow my email list. I used landing pages rather than sending people to my website and hoping that they sign up through the pop up. I created a landing page specifically to collect email addresses. I also didn't run. I stopped running ads to my website and started running ads to a landing page to collect email addresses. I started leveraging my email list for like um, exclusivity. So, like for example, last summer when I was selling like a ton of biker short sets, they were selling out really fast. So I would run an ad and say, "Our best selling biker short sets are restocking on Friday, whatever date. Click the link below to sign up for our email list to be the first to know when they drop." So instead of me being like, "Sign up for our email list to get 10% off today," I told them to sign up today to get a future sale down the line. Um, Let me be transparent. I definitely looked at your policies on your website. I was struggling, but then I saw that I could use Shopify policy template. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's natural to go look at a business that already exists, and especially if it seems like that business is doing well. I think some people don't know how to draw the line between reading something for inspiration and reading something and just taking it for themselves or taking it as their own. Um, I'm struggling with the same thing. There's a company online that even steals my videos and runs ads with my face and talk. Listen, I have had a business do that to me on multiple occasions. Literally, I kid you not. Literally at the beginning of the video, I say, "Hey everybody, it's Jance, the owner of Brazen Boutique." Meanwhile, there's a whole nother business running the ad as if it's theirs. It was crazy. It is so crazy. Chance, where can I find your launch like a pro video? Oh, I don't know if I have one. I don't think I have a video like that. Not that I can remember. Um, oh yeah, check out Outlook, Tori. Are you holding a class at Magic? If so, what date? So I'm hosting like, I wouldn't call it a class, more of like exactly what we're doing right here. What we're doing right here, but in person. So on Monday and Tuesday, so the first and second day of Magic, I'll have a room, and I don't know the room number yet, so I won't lie to you and tell you where it's located. I don't. They haven't told me which room it's in, but yes, I'll have like, I guess, a meeting greet Q&A, something along those lines. No formal class of any sort, unless I do like some type of poll and people are like, I want to learn this, then maybe. But yeah, does Shopify provide you with the email, a business email? I don't think they do. What program did you use? What program did you use to create for landing pages? So when I was using MailerLite for email marketing, I used, they have a landing page capability. So I used to build it directly in MailerLite. But now that I don't use MailerLite, you can create a landing page in Klaviyo. You can also create well, it's not technically a landing page in Klaviyo. It is what do they call it? It is an embedded form that you can just put on your website. I'll show you what mine looks like. And I also use a service called Lead Pages. Oh, it's definitely about the storm. I just saw some lightning. I use a service called Lead Pages to create landing pages as well. Trying to find my page so I can show you what it looks like. VIP view page. So this is what mine looks like on my website. So it's just it's a URL that I can send them, and then there's boxes for email and phone number that they can sign up for. So instead of me sending them to like my home page or to my new arrivals page, I could put the link to this page on my link in my bio or something like that, and they can sign up for my email list there. Bum, 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 bum. Do you ever host any workshops locally? I would love to meet up with you to gain more knowledge. I've never hosted anything locally. I've thought about it, but I haven't. Maybe I should. Is Klaviyo and professional email questions something I could put in a monthly group with you? I know you're so busy. I'll be so afraid to say, girl, tag me. You could put it in there. Definitely. What did you do? Oh, so when they were tagging me, Facebook has let me see what it's called. Facebook. Um, let me see if I can remember what it's called. I reached out to Facebook and basically told them like this person or business was using my intellectual property, and they had it taken down. You could do the same thing with Shopify, guys. If you ever see someone with your content on your website, you can reach out to Shopify and let them know someone's using your property, your content. I think they have you like upload your original and like anywhere you have it already listed or whatever, and they'll reach out to the company and tell them like they need to take it down. Literally, I've had people use my pictures. I report it to Shopify, and then they come to me and say, "Hi, yes, can I use your pictures on my website?" No, people crazy. Okay, yeah. So I just Googled Facebook intellectual property, and basically they have like a little overview of what's considered to be intellectual property and what's not, and how to report an advertisement for intellectual property infringement. So that's what I do. I be reporting people. I be reporting people left and right. One of my new businesses is digital illustration on various products. If you need any illustrations, I would be happy to work with you. You're inspirational for sure. We're so proud of you. Thank you. I got my email list of 200. Is this relatively large or small for launching? My launch is next week. That is a good size email address for launching. That is amazing. I don't even remember how many people were on my email list when I launched, but it definitely wasn't 200. It was not 200. So that's an amazing number for sure. I want a class. I'll be there. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the class is going to be about. Came here late. Can't wait to watch from the beginning. Hi. I love Flowdesk. I've heard good things about Flowdesk. I hear they have really cute email templates. I wonder about you hosting stuff locally, especially a meet and greet. I live in the Midwest and would definitely come. Oh, that makes me feel like I need to have an event. Oh my God. When I look at my analytics for like where my audience is located, I feel like St. Louis is always it's either like in the number five in like the top five, depending on the platform, or it's in like the top 20. So I don't know. I never had one, but maybe I should. Do you do one-on-one classes? I don't do one-on-one classes. I am currently coaching 62 business owners. I coach groups, and because I'm literally supporting so many people at one time, I don't have to, and also trying to run my own businesses, I don't have the time to support people one-on-one currently. So I just allow people to join my group program. We meet every single week. They ask me every question under the sun, and we meet for 8 weeks. Once a week for 8 weeks, there's an entire program, an entire curriculum. We have a private Facebook group where they can talk to me on an ongoing basis. And that's how I coach and support these days. No one-on-ones. Okay, Janice, I went to the store and you're still here. Hey, Nikki. Well, this is very aesthetic, customizable, and has great analytics worth every penny. That's awesome. I've heard great things about it. Shameless shot plug. I shot my shot in your email about documenting one of your Boutique Academy customers. I started with your YouTube and bought your books. Now I'm on your monthly membership. Oh, and I want to do your launch class you have coming. Oh, that's awesome. When did you send the email? That's awesome. Yes. If anybody on here is preparing to launch, I have a new course that's dropping this month. It is called the Boutique Launch Blueprint, and it's basically going to teach you how to launch. It's going to teach you how to launch your business. A lot of the stuff that I talk about coaching wise these days are more so for like established business owners. So I wanted to create something that was specifically about launching. I'm super excited. Is your group for only boutique owners? It's not. So I have all types of e-commerce brands. Basically, if you sell a product, it's for you. I have people who sell skincare, hair, lashes, candles, workout gear, and what is it all like workout the things people use to work out. The accessories and things of that nature. I've had someone who sold like plants and crystals, so many different things. So yeah. Yep. Any more questions, guys? I feel like I gotta go home because the sky is getting dark and I do not want to drive in the rain. I really am not looking forward to it. I sent to Jan, to jansharte.com on 16th. Okay, I'm gonna check for it on the 16th. Girl, my emails be looking crazy. I am looking for a I got returns down here on the floor that I need to process. I am looking for an administrative assistant because, oh my word, Jesus, crazy. Let's see, what did this person return? I don't know who this is. I don't know what the problem was either. Yes, girl. Emails are a hot mess. Hot mess. What is the price of your course? So my 8-week program is $29.97. The launch course will be $4.97. So the 8-week program is with me. Like you actually get to work with me for 8 weeks. The launch course is just a self-paced course, and it's gonna have all the good stuff in it. In the same state or remote? Probably in the same state. I need somebody who can sit down next to me and I can look them in the eye and say, I need you to do this right. I need you to go down the street and do the things. I need a physical body that I can see on a regular basis who can do things. um, do you use a return panel? I do. So I use the app I use for returns is called Clicksit. Click Clicks it. ClickSit Return Center. Clicksit Return Center. I'll be at the Social Selling Summit. Oh, y'all. So I did not mention me and my business bestie and my girl Asia. So my friend Bianca and my friend Asia, we are hosting a digital summit, a virtual summit, next Saturday. If anybody is interested, I'll put the link in the chat box. So we're hosting a I keep saying virtual summit next Saturday, and I'm super excited. A little bit about the other two ladies who will be there. Bianca is my business bestie. She's literally me, but with so much more experience than me. She's made millions of dollars online. She's been in business for over a decade. She owns a hair company called Sassy Mitchell. Um, and she mostly coaches skincare, wellness, beauty, hair brands. But she has so much experience, so much knowledge in e-commerce, and she's literally me. We're both Capricorns. We're born a day apart. We're born a day apart, and I love talking to her. I learned so much from her, and yeah, she's amazing. So she'll be teaching on Saturday. And then also Asia was actually in the very first group that I had for my 8-week program. And she is now making like 5 figures a month. She just had her first $10,000 day last week, which was amazing. She has a drop shipping company, and she also sells digital products and things of that nature. So she is going to be teaching a lot about Instagram. She gained over 30,000 followers in 7 months. Crazy. In 7 months. So she'll be teaching a lot about digital marketing, establishing yourself on Instagram, tips and tricks for growing your Instagram, and things of that nature. And then I'll be teaching all about sales and strategy, all the things that you wonder about driving sales. That's my wheelhouse. So Bianca is going to be more of like the branding, visuals, messaging, things of that nature. Asia is going to be teaching a lot of the Instagram, social media type of things. And then me, I'll be all sales, marketing, making them dollars. So y'all should come. I'm gonna put the link in the chat box if anybody's interested. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I will you can DM me and I'll answer them for you. Just curious because a lot of people are using virtual assistants. So I have a virtual assistant for the Boutique Academy. So if you ever email support@theboutiqueacademy.com, that is my virtual assistant, Destiny. She answers all of those. So I have a virtual assistant. She handles like some of my social media stuff and all of that. But for like more high level things, I need an administrative assistant who can be right here next to me. I need somebody I can trust to like make sure my bills get paid, book my flights, book my hotel, make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there, all those good things. It's pretty crazy that I need an assistant, but I need an assistant. It's so strange. I'm brand new to business, and I'll like my brand to be for the everyday woman who loves comfort. Any suggestions? So a lot of people say they want their business to be for the everyday woman who does blank or likes blank, but that's still very general and not specific enough for you to be able to identify who those women are. So I could say, my brand is for anybody who loves comfy clothes because everything that I sell is comfortable. But for example, I don't remember, I want to say, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I was on live or on Zoom with my class or something. And I was explaining to them that, like, for example, I consider myself an everyday woman, but I'm an everyday woman who makes a specific amount of money. I make more money than the average woman does. Um, I can pick up and go wherever I want when I feel like it. I don't have any kids. I have a husband. I rent. I don't own a house. I got business. My lifestyle looks totally different than the next woman who would consider herself to be an everyday woman. I love comfy clothes. The next woman may love comfy clothes, but her idea of comfy and my idea of comfy look totally different. I love going into, kid you not, I don't know why, but I love Banana Republic's like lounge wear. It costs way too much money, but I love it and I'll buy it. Somebody else is like, loungewear for me is a $15 sweatsuit from Walmart. And she's the everyday woman. I think I'm the everyday woman too. I do. So you want to get super duper clear about exactly who these women are, what they like, what they don't like. Um, what interests them, where they shop, how they spend their money, how they spend their time, all of those things. And then figure out who those women are. Like go find some actual women who are those women and survey them. Ask them questions about their lifestyle, their shopping experiences, things that they like, the things they dislike, the things that they're looking for when they're shopping, the things they struggle with when they're shopping, the things they struggle with when getting dressed, all of those things. You want to learn more about actual people once you figure out exactly who your target audience is in detail. What type of advice do you give in your group? Social media advice? What exactly are the meetings for your group planned with an agenda or freestyle? So if you're asking about the 8-week accelerator, then that is a program that has a very specific curriculum. Every single week we cover a different topic. They have homework that they submit to me for review, and I give them feedback, and then they submit questions to be answered on our weekly calls. If you're asking about, and then also in the Facebook group, they can ask questions freely and I answer them on an ongoing basis. In the monthly membership, it's much more relaxed. The only thing that is scheduled out and happens on a reoccurring basis is our monthly live Q&A. So kind of like what we're doing here, but on Zoom, so they can see me, they can actually ask questions, they can show me what it is that they are struggling with, or if it's something, on their website or whatever that they need me to see to further understand, then we can actually have conversation. So that happens every first Sunday of the month. And then I like to bring in an expert to teach on a specific topic. So I've had someone come in and teach about branding. I've had someone teach about influencer marketing, video marketing, Instagram techniques. I forget. There's like 7 in there. I forget the others. And then I throw in some lessons in there. So I have like lessons on how to create content using Canva. I have an entire lesson about how I plan all of my sales goals for 2021. What else do I have? I have an entire lesson about branding and bringing your brand to life. Yeah, there's a bunch of different lessons, and it's hosted inside of a platform called Mighty Networks, which is, it has a Facebook feel. There's like a timeline. Everybody has their own account. So like if you want to talk to me, you just at me. You put at Jans Charte or whatever. And then there's like a private chat box where you can send a message. Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of like a Facebook group, but with more perks and things of that nature. Uh, should we wait for the launch program before joining the Boutique Academy, or do you suggest join the Boutique Academy? So the Boutique Academy is the name of my business. Within the Boutique Academy is the Boutique Accelerator, which is my 8-week program, and then the launch course will be another program or another course within the Boutique Academy. So if you're referring to the Boutique Accelerator, the Accelerator is specifically for people who are already in business, who've launched, who are already making money, and who want to learn how to make more money. So if you don't have existing analytics that you can read, you don't have existing activity happening in your business that you can analyze to make better decisions, then the Accelerator won't be the program for you. If you are preparing to launch, then the launch program is going to be the one that you want to sign up for. Late but here. Hi, Shannon. Do you separate business money from personal? Absolutely. I have had business accounts since day one. I have not. I the my Brazen Boutique has had a business account since the very first day that I started making money. Um, the Boutique Academy did not have a business account until I think the beginning of 2020, and the reason for that is because I didn't have a formally registered business, and I was selling things like vendor lists and workbooks and stuff that I just like created. So it was just me creating it. But then when I realized I wanted it to be an actual brand and a business that sold products to a specific audience, not me selling to an audience, then I registered it as a business and I got a business account. So all of my money is separate. I have a personal account and I get a deposit into my personal account from my business account every 2 weeks, like a normal employee. Um, my boutique's money is totally separate than the Boutique Academy's money. They both have their own separate credit cards. The money never gets mixed in, it never touches one another. I don't randomly go spending money on things that don't have anything to do with the business. I get normal pay like a normal employee. What did you do to scale your business? I started buying more inventory when I could afford to do so. I got more strategic about my pricing. So instead of it being, oh, I think this is worth this amount, or I think somebody will pay this amount, I started pricing things according to the amount of money that I wanted to make from them, the amount of profit that I wanted to make from every single thing that I purchased. So instead of making random money, my money became predictable because I was being strategic about every single thing that had a dollar sign attached to it. How did you stay motivated when you first started your business? Honestly, I mean, it's hard. I still have struggles being motivated, but at the end of the day, I didn't have the choice of, clocking into work. I literally lost my job and made a conscious decision to not find other work. So I had to work. I had to do something, otherwise I couldn't pay my bills. So I was literally motivated by the money that I needed to make, not money that I wanted to make. So that was motivating enough for me. But I also had sorry, y'all, my husband's calling me. Ooh, hey. Is it cooling down like this now? No, it's not, but I think it's about to. I'm sitting here on live. I'm on YouTube live. I just told him, I said, "Oh, I think it's about to rain. I gotta finish answering y'all questions so I can go." Yeah, I can hear it. I can barely hear you. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna be here too much longer. You hear me? What? I said I'm not gonna be here too much longer. Okay. Um, but yeah, I was motivated by the money I had to make, not money that I just wanted to make. Um, that was it. I was motivated by the money. We, aka me, need the branding workbook. Oh my gosh, I do too. It's the model fabric they use too. I love Gap bodies. Oh yes. Oh my god, that fabric, girl, fabric. It's the fabric for me. Where do they submit homework? They submit their homework through Airtable. What will the learning style be for next week's summit Q&A or informational and questions, if any, at the end? So it's going to be presentation and then Q&A. Um, Shopify just introduced a conversion API that feeds the same data to Facebook that the Pixel used to before iOS 14. So we should start seeing better ad performance even if people opt out of the track. Girl, I pray to God, okay? I will say Shopify and Facebook have done a really great job of just trying their hardest to make sure that Shopify users don't get affected as badly as we could be with this iOS update. So that's awesome. How do you handle customers who want to exchange items that smell like smoke and have animal hair when it clearly states in policy that we reserve the right to refuse such items? So I've never had that issue personally. Never. But also if I did and they wanted to exchange, I would not let them exchange. or get a refund, I would give them a store credit because I mean at the end of the day I don't lose any money. I mean I lose the money obviously that I can't resell this merchandise now if it's mailed. But yeah, I've never had that issue. Uh, are they both LLCs? Yes. So currently they're both LLCs, but the Boutique Academy is getting changed to an S corp this year. It's get in the process of being switched to an S corp. Hit that like button of jams. She shared lots of great jams. Listen, I be forgetting that there's a like button and all this stuff. Y'all know when YouTubers be like, but before we go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and hit that bell so you get the notifications. I just hop on here like, okay, so today we're talking about X, Y, and Z. I forget about all the little YouTube features. I love Fashion Go. Me too. I use Fashion Go every freaking day. The landing page is your website address. The landing page is an extension of my website address. So it'll say like vip.shopbraidsandboutique.com or like shopbraidsboutique.com / sign up or something like that. Mm, 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 mm. So basically, you didn't start really growing until you learn how to run ads. Nope, that's not true either. No. So ads only work when you have something that works in your business. So if my content was trash, if my website was trash, if I didn't know who I wanted to run those ads to, then ads ain't gonna work for me. You have those are all very important elements of running ads. So I had to already be able to say, I'm clear about what I sell. I'm clear about the message. I'm clear that my content looks amazing and I'm actively driving sales. I actually have been able to prove that people actually want, what I have to offer. And then I was able to start maximizing my ad spend in order to potentially maximize my sales capability from my ads. So no, I won't say that I started growing because of ads because I was already making money prior to me spending. And I spend $100, $120 on ads a day. But I make let me see. Last month I spent I don't know if I can pull it up. Let me see. Uh Last month won't be a good month to look at because of the freaking iOS update. But for example, last June, May. Last May was my first 5-figure month, and last June was the first time I made $20,000. So if I go back to last May, for example, last May I spent $494 for the entire month, and I made like $7,000. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I had something that worked. I had content that worked. I knew who I wanted to run those ads to. I knew what I wanted to say in those ads. And then in June, when I had my first $20,000 month, I spent $706 and I made, let's see, that's like four, eight, nine. I made like $13,000, maybe a little bit more than that. It's not calculating for me. I don't know why. But I made like $13,000 from ads. So like 13,000 out of the $20,000 that I made that month came from ads because I knew what needed to be in those ads in order for me to be able to maximize my sales capability. So no, I won't say that it was because of the ads. I was just able to get something that already worked and something that was already good in front of more people. My ads are fluctuating. Mines are too. I've been like playing around with them. I've turned 3 of them off, I think. Two of them off because they just were like, they just went down the drain. I'm like, I can't. I can't continue like this. Which app do you use to print out shipping labels? I use Shopify's shipping label capability. I used to use Shippo. Yeah, Shippo, but I just switched back to using Shopify. My business has been growing over the last year now at the point where I make in one day what I make in a month of my job, but I still feel nervous about quitting. Advice. That's normal. So I would say, think about what's the minimum amount of money that you feel like you need to make in order for you to feel comfortable not having um that reoccurring specific amount of money being paid to you. So like I would look at, what all your expenses are as far as like the bills that you need to pay. Think about all the things you like to do in a month's time. So if you like to get your nails done, your hair done, you get massages, you go out with your friends, you go to dinner, all those things. Like think about all the things you do, and then you have to also think about the amount of money you need to be able to sustain and ultimately scale your business. How much money do you want to be able to put back into your business? So think about all those things and then try to decide or determine exactly how much money you need to make at a minimum every single month in order for you to sustain all the good things that occur in your life and also the things for your business. Um Love this live. Happy you're enjoying it. Honestly, that's what I love about you. I never feel like you're selling to me. A lot of brands lose my trust because of that. I make sure I fit your stuff into my extra tight budget, real tight. Oh, I use Klarna to afford the social selling summit. Awesome. Thanks, Janice. It's been very informative. You're welcome. Chance, I'm about to start with $1 a day. Everybody needs to start somewhere. I literally all of last year, not last, yeah, well, most of last year, I started almost every single ad with just $5 a day. Some of them I did $3 a day. I still be starting ads at $5 a day. Still to this day. Like I'm not just gonna spend more money just for the heck of it. I'm gonna start with what I feel comfortable starting with. Which landing page site do you use? Currently, I use lead pages and I use embedded forms on Klaviyo. Do you use the Rollo printer? I just started using Rollo. I used the Dymo 450 XL or Dymo 4 XL, I think it's called. Literally up until like a month ago, and it started acting crazy. Like it was spitting out a bunch of blank labels and stuff. I was like, oh God. So I got a Rollo. I love Shippo too. So initially you run ads to your landing page to get email addresses. Yes. So I ran ads to a landing page to collect email addresses, but only with a specific something on the other end of it. So I wasn't just like click the link below to sign up for my email list. If they don't have a reason to sign up for it, then they're not going to sign up for it. So if I had something that I could say was going to be on the other end of it, not necessarily a discount, but something that I figured they were probably waiting for, then I used a landing page in my ads. So when I had restocks coming, if there was like a bestseller that was coming back, new arrivals were dropping, and I wanted to show them a sneak peek of new arrivals that were dropping in 2 days or something like that, then I would run an ad and say, sign up for our email list to be the first to know when the restock happens or when the new arrivals drop or something like that. So I stopped being like, oh, I feel like they just want a discount. Everybody don't want a discount. I shop on so many of my followers' pages, and I don't sign up for nobody's email list because, girl, I don't want your emails. I ain't even gonna lie. I get so many emails every day. I don't even want that 10% off that bad. I really don't. I don't want the 10% off that bad. So I think it's really important that we get out of the mindset of feeling like, oh, I'm supposed to offer them a discount so they can get on my email list. No, some people just want exclusive access to what's coming. Some people just want answers to some questions that they have. Some people want some advice about something that is going on in their closet, something going on that's different with their body, something that relates to them. Everybody don't want a discount. Hi, Jan. First time here. Hi, Tina. You're welcome. You are very welcome. Okay. Anybody else got questions? There's a big lightning happening outside my window. I'm the same, Jens. That's why I feel guilty about asking for the email. Please don't send me another freaking email. It's too much. But a business owner, can I get yours? Exactly. It's so funny. All the things, like even with the iOS thing, I'm like, I don't even want to be tracked. but I know you want to run your ads. So, but then also, it's a funny story. Like, I feel like I'm doing you a disservice by saying you could track me because I'm probably not going to buy from you anyway. So it don't even make sense for you to be able to target me. Don't spend your money on me. Don't even bother spending your money on me. I get $1,300 wholesale orders on first visit to my store. No discount, nothing but rush fees. Look, see? Exactly. Exactly. They just want what they want. I want what I made a whole status the other day on my Facebook page, and I was asking the local hairstylist and makeup artists had they ever heard of a retainer fee. So if you've never heard of retainer, a lot of like service providers and coaches and stuff like that, not really coaches, but service providers have retainers. Basically, you pay this person for a service in advance, and they guarantee that you'll get that service on a reoccurring basis. I'm like, hey, hairstylists and makeup artists, as a person who wants that, needs, not even wants, needs their hair done on a regular basis because I got to take pictures all the time. I don't have time to be trying to fight for a spot on your calendar. And I don't have time to be keeping up with the fact that your book's open on the 25th, but her book's open on the 19th, and her book's open on the 28th. Like, I ain't got time to be keeping up with that. If y'all just had a retainer, like, you pay me this amount, and I'm going to make sure you get your hair done on the same day, every month, or every however long, for this amount of money, is guaranteed, I would pay it. Girl, I will give you $5,000 right now if you tell me that I can get my hair done once a month for 12 months straight. Like, girl. And it probably won't be $5,000 because I just try to calculate that in my brain, and no. But still, y'all get what I'm saying. Like, people just want what they want and they need what they need. They don't care. There are people who want a discount, yes, but the large majority don't want that 10% that bad. They really don't. Oh, the sky is doing things. Okay, let me answer these last few. Have you tried Active Campaign? I have not tried Active Campaign. I've only used Mailer Lights. I had MailChimp for like 3 days and I hated it. And I've used Klaviyo. Thank you for the Shopify info. You're welcome. Yes, I've heard of it. A lot of coaches do retainer fees too. Yep. Um, did you feel like everything has to be perfect before you launch? Yes, I am a super perfectionist, but also I understand that perfection does not exist. It is a fragment of my imagination. So I just need to be clear about what perfection or perfect look like for me. What needed to be in place for me to be able to feel like it was good enough. So I made a list of all the things I wanted to be in place, and then I ranked them from most important to least important. So I was able to, like, not scratch something off, but say, I'm okay with waiting on these things because I know I need to get to these things first. Would you pay for the service too on top of that? No. So you're literally paying for it, and it's paid for in advance. And it basically provides a safety net for me and for them. So basically, I'm paying you in advance. You know for a fact that every single month, so you can, some people do retainers for an entire year, for example, or like for 3 months. And then some people do it monthly. So you're like, you have a contract and it says every month you will pay me this amount for this specific service. And so you pay them, let's say every month, you say, I agree that I'm gonna pay you this amount of money every single month for however long, and you agree that you're gonna give me this service on this date and time every single month. It's a contract between two individuals, and both of us are being taken care of. You getting paid on a regular basis, and you can predict exactly how much money you're gonna make, and I'm gonna get the service that I need every single month. It's a win-win. But they don't be doing that. I had so many stylists comment on my post that day, and they're like, oh my God, I never thought about that. Never thought about it. I don't have to think on that. I don't know. I was thinking about doing a thing, blah, blah, blah. One person in all of St. Louis, kid you not, one person, because I think 2 people tagged her, commented and said, Jance, I provide this service. Here's a link. Book a call. We can have a consultation, and we can, discuss your needs and move from there. Do you know how fast I booked a call with her? I kid you not, I haven't seen her work at all. I haven't seen her work at all. All I know is I need what I need, and you provide what I need. Girl, let's talk about it. You can send me the pictures after we had a call, and then we can sign the contract. Like, we miss out on so much money by not being able to serve people based on their needs and their desires, and instead we want to give them what feels good for us. These stylists got their books open when they feel like it. They charge what they feel like they need to charge, and we all got to wait for them. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. I got a busy life. I got a lot to do. I want to pay for what I need in advance. In advance. You know what I'm saying? I have 6 months retainer with my graphic designer. Yes, same. I have a retainer for my graphic designer. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. I'm on a retainer for my videographer, Alex. If y'all were on live when me and Alex were doing my video, I pay him every single month. The first of every month, I pay him. Kid y'all not, I'm pretty sure by the end of the year, I will have paid over $100,000 in retainers to multiple people because I need what I need, and I need it on a schedule. I need it. It ain't got nothing to do with you giving me a discount. None of that. I just need what I need. And the fact that you are going to give it to me on a schedule, you were so kind to know that I need to be serviced every month, that you created a package for me. Oh my God, I feel so special. And I'm going to be there every month, and I'm going to pay you every month. I don't want to have to think. I don't want to have to extra think, extra plan, or none of that. I just want it done. I want to be able to send you a link and says, this is what I need, and you do it. All right, y'all. Well, the sky is becoming a different color now. So I gotta go home before it gets worse. My husband took my Jeep. So I got to drive the little car because he took all these boxes. So I got to drive the little car, and I'm sure it's raining. So Jesus be with me. Comfortable ask questions, most important variance. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, it was so nice talking to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I know we was on here for forever, but if y'all be on my Instagram, y'all know I'll be on live for forever. So thank you for joining. Thanks for asking all the good questions. I'll be back, I'm sure, in no time. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me. I have the other car is a Kia Forte. But yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram. If you're not, I have a bunch of lives, old Instagram lives saved on there. Tons of content for you to check out. So check it out. Send me a DM. I like talking to people in the DMs when I can get to it. But yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Bye.